Good morning students. So today's concept is POS, that is product of sum expression, right. So reducing the Kmap expression, right, using what here POS, that is product of sum expression. So what we are going to define here, product of sum expression is nothing but when two or more terms are multiplied, product, right. So, sum terms, what you are doing here, multiplying what? Sum terms. When two or more sum terms are multiplied by the, see here, Boolean multiplication, then the resultant expression is termed as what here? Product of sum expression, right. I am going to reduce the given Kmap or given Boolean expression using what here? POS, that is product of sum expression. So, definition we are giving here, when two or more sum terms are multiplied by the Boolean multiplication, then the resultant term is known as what here? Product of sum expression, right. So, here in case of this product of sum, already sum of product we have done, right. So, where the uncomplemented variable is considered as a 1, right, and complemented variable is considered as what here? 0. But in case of POS here, it is reverse. At uncomplemented variable is considered as a 0 and complemented variable is considered as what here? 1. So, example here I have given. So, product of some variable, right? A plus B is one sum variable. One more is what here? A plus C bar. And both are here multiplied by Boolean multiplication. So, product of some expression. And the point you have to remember is what here? In case of POS, uncomplemented variable, right? It is represented by what here? Boolean 0, binary 0, and complemented variable is represented by what here? Binary 1. So, and when you are drawing this Kmap here, so the labeling of the Boolean variables, that is also differ. In case of SOP, you have used what here? A bar, B bar, right? You have multiplied SOP, sum of products there. So, A bar, B bar you are using, right? A bar, B, AB and then A, B bar. But now here, the labeling is also different here when you are comparing to the SOP, right? So, in case of SOP, multiplication terms, that is A bar, B bar, right? A bar, B, AB and then AB bar. Now, here in this case of this POS, product of sum terms, you are using what here? Sum terms here. There you are using product terms AB, A bar, B bar. Now, here you are using what here? Sum terms here, right? I told in case of POS, uncomplemented term is represented by binary 0, complemented variable is represented by binary 1. So, here I am including. So, previous case SOP it was A bar, B bar. Now, here it will be what? A bar plus A plus B. Now, here it is C plus D, right? C plus D bar, C bar plus D bar, C bar plus D. Now, this side A plus B, A plus B bar, A bar plus B bar and A bar plus B here. Now, they have given. So, here in case of SOP you are using what here? Min terms, right? In case of SOP you are using min terms. Now, in case of POS you are using what here? Max terms, right? So, in case of SOP you are using min terms and in case of POS you are using what here? Max terms. Now, they have given y is equal to, so in case of SOP you are using sigma, right? In case of POS you are using what here? Pi. And how many variables are involved here? A, B, C, D. 4 variables. So, 4 variables means what? 16 max terms will be there. Now, here they have given this one, right? So, again solving the problem, first step is what here? Mapping of max terms. In previous case, mapping of min terms. Now, here it is mapping of max terms. So, mapping of max terms wherever 1 is there. So, here 1, right? At this max term place 1, you are placing what here? 0, right? When you are comparing with SOP, there you used to place what here? 1. But here you are going to place what here? 0. Why? Because in POS, uncomplement is represented by what here? Binary 0 and complemented variable is represented by binary 1. So, I am placing what here? 0. Next one is max term value is 5. So, here I am going to place 0. Next is 7. So, 7 again 0. So, next value is 12. 0. Next is 14. Right? So, first step I have solved. First step is what here? Mapping of max terms. POS represents what here? Max terms here. So, I have mapping of max term is done. Now, I have to do what here? Grouping of max term. Right? So, grouping. So, we have different types of groups I told, pair, quad, octet as well as single unit. If one variable is there means single unit. So here if you check, right, so these two zeros, right, one pair you are getting, and these two zeros, one more pair, and these two zeros, one more. So here this single zero is shared by this pair 1, as well as it is shared by what here, pair 2. So here this is considered as a overlapping, right, overlapping of the group. So this 5 is shared by what here, first pair, this is P1, and here it is P2. So this I am considering as a P3 here, right. So P1, this 0 is shared by the pair 1 as well as the pair 2. Now I have to write what here, expression. So expression here POS, that name terms what here, product of sum. Then in that case, in between you will get what here, product and then variable, sum variable. So first P1, first pair if I am taking here. So A, B bar, B get cancelled. What you are getting here, A, right. So plus, previous case you used to use multiplication. Now you have to use what here, sum. A plus, now here you have what here, C plus D bar, right. So from these two rows, B bar B get cancelled, you are getting A plus, now from this only single column, C plus D bar, right, first pair. Now second pair, see here, multiplication, product of sum terms. Now second one, this one if I am taking here only one row, that is A plus B bar, now plus, now these two columns, C bar will get cancelled, and you are getting what here, D bar, right. And next pair term if you are taking third pair, right. So for this third row you have what, A bar plus B bar plus these two columns you have to check. Here C bar will get cancelled, what you are getting here, D, right. So if you are checking with the SOP, right, SOP term if you want to write in this case, right, so then that in that case A will be replaced with A bar, plus will be replaced with multiplication, right. C will be replaced with the C bar, and D bar will be replaced with D here, right. So for that example we can write SOP as well as a POS expression. So product of sum terms, POS expression. Now one more example I have given here, f of, again 4 variables I have taken, f of A, B, C, D. So the values I have given here. So first max term is what here, 0. So here I am placing what here, 0. In POS we are mapping the max term using what, zeros here. Next is 2, right. Next one is 5, here you have 5. Next one is 7, right. Next one is 8 and 10. After that you have 13. Right. So 0, 2, 5, 7, 8, 10 and 13. Right. If you observe here, right, mapping is done, right, mapping of max term is done. Second one is what, grouping of max term. So if you check here, right, so this 0 and this 0, this one and this 0, right, 4 zeros, right. So rolling of Kmap, when you roll this Kmap, then in that case you are getting what here, one quad is going to be generated. So this one I am considering as what here, quad. After that if you check here these two, so you are getting what here, first pair as well as the second pair. So here you have P1 and this one will be what here, P2. So one quad P1 as well as the P2. Now in that case if you check this quad, first quad equation, so first and last rows. So here what you are getting, B plus, so first and last columns. So where you are getting what here, B plus D into product of sum values. After that this, right, first row, second row, A plus B bar, and these two C bar will get cancelled, D bar. And here these two, in this case you have A bar will get cancelled, B bar plus, and here you have C plus D bar, right, product of sum terms, right. If you want to write, this is what POS, SOP, right. If you want to write the SOP expression, then in that case, see here, B will be replaced with B bar, plus will be replaced with multiplication, that is B bar D bar, right. So next one, sum of product, sum, this multiplication is replaced with what here, plus. And here what will get? A bar, B, D, right? So A is replaced with A bar and B bar is replaced with B, D bar is replaced with what here? D. Again multiplication is replaced with what here? Plus. And here you will get B, C, D. B, C bar, D, right? B bar is replaced with B, C is replaced with C bar and D bar is replaced with D. So plus is replaced with multiplication and multiplication is replaced with what here? Plus. So a POS as well as a SOP, right? So one more example I have taken, maximum number of the max terms again. So first step, so mapping of the max terms. So 0 here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. Only you are left with what here? 6 and 14, right? Apart from that, all the max terms I have covered here. So in this, right? So here one more example I have taken which includes maximum number of max terms here, right? So 0 I have mapped already, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, right? Except these two terms 6 and 14, most of the max terms I have mapped here. Now second step is what? You have to group here, right? If you check, right? So this one octet I have taken, octet 1, right? And one more if you check, so these two, right, middle two columns, this is one more octet, right? So first octet is these 4 and second one middle two columns I have taken octet 2 and one more octet also you can get here, that is, so these 4 and these 4, right? So you are getting what here? These two, you are getting octet 3. So total how many number of octets you have? So octet 1, octet 2 as well as octet 3 here. So first two columns octet 1, second third column octet 2 and first row and last row you have octet 3. So I want to reduce the expression. So first I should go for octet, then quad, then pair. After that you are going to take what here? Unit. Now first octet here. So these two, all these terms will get cancelled. So what you are getting? D bar, D will get cancelled. You are getting what here? C. Right? First octet you have what here? C. Now second octet, these two columns. Again these terms will get cancelled. From these two columns, C bar will get cancelled here. Then in that case what you are getting here? You are getting D bar. Right? One term. Here you are getting D bar. Right? So one more octet is what here? This first and last rows. So from first and last row, A bar will get cancelled. What you are getting here? B. Right? And all these values are going to be get cancelled. So the expression is what here? C, D bar, B. Right? So product of sum terms. Since here you are getting what here? Octet. So it is generating only single variable, that is C, D bar, B. So till here the example for what here? POS, product of sum expression.